Hello, sleepers, and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Gung Guns, the Mandalorian with caffeine in his bloodstream, spice in his soul, and yes, the mustache is still here, attached, and functioning at 100% swagger levels. Anyway, today we're diving into the sandy madness that is Dune Awakening. The internet's currently treating this game like it owns them money, or maybe it skipped their birthday or something. It's wild out here, man. People are yelling, reviews are going crazy on Reddit, forums, comments are just going crazy. Like I said, it's wild out here, man. And just to be clear, some of the hate, yeah, it's a bit much for sure. Some folks just love to swing the bat even if there's no piñata in sight, right? But with that said, there are some serious issues with the game as well. So here is what's actually going on when a game has 10 out of 10 beginning and mid game and a 1 out of 10 at the end game. Let's talk about it. All right, let's just strip the bandage off, shall we? I don't think Dune Awakening is actually an MMO, and I think the devs have said this is not an MMO. There, I said it. I can already hear the collective gasp from the cope addicts revving up in the comments. But Gung Ho, I love this game. I enjoy the gameplay so much. Guess what, brother? So do I, man. I've had a blast. I've built bases, battled in PvP, chased spice blooms like a caffeinated drow on rollerblades. I genuinely had a lot of fun in this game. However, here is the hard truth, folks. Brace yourselves for impact. It's perfectly okay to admit there ain't jack all to do anymore. Seriously. Once you grind your way through the limited PvE content, and I mean very limited, slapped yourself together a endgame tier 3 base that you can build, got jumped in PvP by 5 dudes with daddy issues every night. Well, that's like it. That's technically the end game. There really isn't anything after that. There's no raids, there's no battlegrounds, no dynamic large scale events, no PvE group dungeons. Just a whole lot of wandering where the next update's going to drop like a spice ray in the deep desert. And I get it. I genuinely understand the frustration. I think a lot of people mistook this game for an MMO, and they were thinking maybe they were going to get a living, breathing Arrakis, but honestly, instead, you got like a beta testing single player survival game with PvP chat enabled, where maybe you wanted house versus house, but you got Who Stole My Thumper Simulator. Now, before y'all fire up the comment section with pitchforks and passive aggressive emojis, let me be clear, guys. Give me a chance. I'm not hating on the game whatsoever. This isn't some angry keyboard smashing rant filmed in my mom's basement with a broken mic and a half-eaten sandwich off camera. I'm not mad. I am a little disappointed, though, if I'm being honest. And yes, that can be a lot worse. Do I wish that this game had a real endgame content or endgame loop? 100% yes. Do I wish there was an actual class build system, like a real path that'll make your character feel unique, instead of like the 2-3 different versions that everybody runs? Absolutely. Do I wish Zendaya would walk into my base tent in the middle of the desert and say, "You must learn the ways of the desert, Gung Ho," while I, sip on my tea with some spice and nod like an old Mando? 100% yes, hallelujah. But here's the deal. None of that's going to happen. So, that's just what it is. Saying all that does not mean that I did not have fun. Far from it, guys. Honestly, I've had more fun in Dune Awakening from closed beta through hitting like tier 5, tier 6 resources than I've had in any game since maybe the golden age of Star Wars, the Old Republic, right, the first year when it first came out, or even before, Star Wars Galaxies. The first 2-3 weeks, absolute magic, man. The exploration, the learning curve, the PvP chaos, the base building. Shai Halu, you got me again. Honestly, it was something. It was amazing, and there was like the sense that something could go horribly wrong at any moment. It was brilliant. It was spicy, and it was just genuinely fun. But again, guys, we have to be real with each other here. There is no endgame. Once you've done all that, what is there to do? That is the core issue here. If you are a new player, you are going to have a great time in this game, an amazing time, in fact. You'll explore, you'll fight, you'll harvest, build, scrap with other players. You'll feel like a ruler of your own little slice of Arrakis. But once you hit that tier 5, tier 6, max out your base, you're pretty much done there, man. Maybe you get your full armor set, all that good stuff. But that's like it. There's no PvP content loop, no faction wars, no real reason to log in except to like maintain what you already built and to pay the taxes every week. That's not an MMO, guys. That's a glorified sandcastle preservation simulator. All right, before we wrap this up, I want to take a moment and speak directly to the developers of Dune Awakening. This isn't coming from a troll, a hater, or someone who spent 5 minutes in the tutorial before rage quitting because they got ganked outside a testing station. No, sir. This is coming from a player who's put hundreds and hundreds of hours into your game. Someone who wanted to live in Arrakis for many years. Someone who actually did live in Arrakis. I have sweated through the grind, built bases, I fought wars, imaginary ones, but wars nonetheless. Got ambushed by crazy lunatics and had an absolute blast doing it. First off, I want to say thank you. You built something very special here. Something very different, something I really personally enjoyed. And I can tell that you listen to your community as well. You made a lot of different changes based on what the community wanted. We've been seen talking to the community people as well. That's rare these days, man. You never see devs actually engaging with the community and taking feedback and actually fixing it. That is amazing to see. However, if you want this game to thrive for years and not just months, there are a few things that need some attention. Here is my wish list from one spice junkie to another. 1. Open dungeons. Your testing stations, if you will, need a complete overhaul. Right now, the enemies in tier 6 feel like enemies in tier 1. Just slightly angrier, do a little bit more damage and have a different membership at their local gym or YMCA. There's really no variety, no flavor, no, oh crap, what is that thing factor whatsoever. At least change the models, give them weird mutations, maybe add a fat one who's trying to eat you or something. Like, just change them up, because right now they look the same, they do the same things. Again, needs a little work right there for your open dungeons. Number 2, PvP is great, or hardcore PvP, I should say, in the deep desert. But honestly, guys, you need the casual players as well. Look, your hardcore PvP players are very loud, we get it. But casual players, they're the backbone to any game. They pay the bills and they fill the servers. If you make them feel useless, gear gapped, or stumped every time they log in, they'll just leave. And what's going to happen then? There is literally your servers are dead. And that's it. So again, balance it. Respect their time. Build systems for them as well. Number 3, equal access to tier 6 gear, or whatever the gear ends up being that's better than tier 6. In the future. Right now, PvP feels like a gear check. I'm not gonna lie, not a skill check, which is not really where you want your PvP to be. Make it easier for people to get the same gear as somebody who plays a lot, and make it a skill thing. And I think if you do that, you will have less people complaining about PvP, because it will be more about learning the game and actually getting good. Lastly, and this is, again, it's not 2004 anymore, guys. And that's my number 4, by the way. It's not 2004 anymore. We have evolved. We got jobs. We got kids, bad backs, mortgages, and just enough energy to click one button before bed, guys. If you're adding raids in the future, dungeons or battlegrounds, for the love of all things that are spice, add a queue system, a little button you can queue up for it. Let people play the game without needing to massage 6 strangers and pray someone's online. Do yourself a favor. I promise you guys are gonna thank me one day. Anyway, I am not quitting this game, guys. I am taking a step back. There's really nothing left for me to do right now, and that's okay. Instead of logging in every day, I've been logging in once a week just to make sure all the taxes are paid, and just kind of pretty much waiting for something new to happen. So I hope to see you guys soon. I hope that there is something new that comes on in Dune and we can all play together again. Until then, welcome to join our Discord. Have a little conversation with us, and I'll see you guys in the next one.